Bobby. Ready to go to work?
I sure am, but before I start, I'd like to give my regards to the future congressman.
Well, good luck to that, unless you want to try and catch him at Scully Square or the Catholic Dancers Guild or, I don't know, one of the 17 other places he's speaking today. Oh, Ethel? This is my brother Bobby. This is Ethel Cagle, my roommate.
Hi.
Hi. Do your shoes fit?
My shoes?
You know, are they comfortable?
Yes, they're comfortable. Why?
Good. Because these need to be handed out in the 11th district.
I'm not sure I know the whole 11. I mean, I know the Irish
The
neighborhoods.
North End's the 11th, and so is Charlestown and part of Cambridge.
Okay. I think you two should team up.
Excuse me.
Are you registered to vote in the 11th
Here's
district?
John Kennedy.
John Kennedy for Congress.
Pass those out, please. Thanks. Jean told me you were going to study law.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, I guess that is the best background for politics.
For business.
Really? Are you thinking of going into business?
Right now, I'm keeping an open mind. I'm sort of interested in journalism. I've written a few articles.
I know. I read the things that you sent to Jean. They were really good.
Prospective voters. Excuse me, sir. Are you registered to vote in the 11th district?
So, you're out walking for John Fitzgerald Kennedy, are you?
Yes, sir, and I'd like to give you some information.
Now, save it for the Italians at the North End. There's not an Irish townie within miles that wouldn't vote at least once for the son of lovely Rosie Fitzgerald.
Thank you, sir. As a teenager, my mother was sort of a celebrity because her father was mayor, and she helped him campaign. He sang while she played the piano.
Really? The mayor sang?
Well, of course, in those days, politicians were expected to perform. In fact, that's how he got his nickname, Honey Fitz, because of his perfect Irish tenor.
Where did your mother and father meet?
Well, I heard they first met at a dance, but Mother was only 16, much too young to get serious.
Oh, no, that's not true. You can be very serious at 16.
Well, in any case, they had to wait years before they could actually start dating.
It's really awful.
Oh, I don't know. It was probably a good thing. I think it's a mistake to marry when you're too young.
Well, how young is too young?
Well, 16 is definitely too young.
What about 18?
Is that how old you are?
Uh-huh.
That's still too young. I plan to wait until I'm at least 30, maybe 35. What about you?
I'll wait.
Wait until when?
However long it takes. I'll race you back.
Just to check it. And then we'll leave early. Yes, good.
Well, we can drive down to Annapolis and eat crab cakes and go dancing at Carville Hall. Yeah. Look, my brother Bobby just walked in. Now, what about that girlfriend of yours? What was her name? Yes, Mary Ann. But, Bobby, trust me, this girl is beautiful.
Jack, I can't stay overnight. I've got to get back to school.
Wait, hold it. No, Bobby can't make it tonight, but he'd love to come another time. Yes. Okay. Well, I'll see you at 6. Yes. All right. Bye. Well, you don't know what you're missing. Her friend is an absolute winner.
It wasn't easy getting you into that law school. So don't get yourself thrown out.
I'm not going to get thrown out, but Ralph Bunch has the right to speak before a non-segregated audience.
Virginia state law forbids the mingling of colored people and white people in public meeting halls. The university has to obey.
That law is unconstitutional, and I'm proposing a resolution among students against it.
Your resolution means nothing because there's no legal precedent. You're in law school to learn those things.
But there is a legal precedent. Sweat versus Painter. In a recent Supreme Court decision, the University of Texas was required to admit a Negro because an educational meeting cannot be legally segregated. Dr. Bunch will be speaking to an educational meeting. Therefore, they must admit Negroes.
Pretty good, Bobby. Pretty good. But remember, if they give, you give a little in return.
Oh, I have. I promised them an outstanding guest speaker in the field of foreign affairs.
Really? Who?
You, Dad.
Teddy's the one who's really the clown ever since he was a baby. He's always run around making jokes and making people laugh, things like that.
Oh, really?
It's fun.
Hi.
Hi.
What a surprise. Are you ready for a Kennedy Christmas?
Well, of course she is. Well, she practically forced me to bring her.
Is that true?
Yes. Dearest Bobby, the second I left, I started missing you. And now I'm counting the seconds to spring vacation. I'm just thrilled by the idea that you might get up to see me first, but I won't count on it too much until it's true.
I held my breath a little when I told Mother because I knew she wanted me to finish school before we got engaged. But in fact, she was thrilled. And she reminded me that her parents had thought that she was too young when she and Dad got engaged.
Now that it's so close, I'm actually counting down to the hours and minutes. And I'm even more sure than ever about our happiness, which will last forever.
Okay, one more. That's original, Jack.
What did
Well,
you do?
do something. Bobby, hold still. I
I'm
kinda
holding
get-
still. What
No.
did you do?
Come on, come on,
What did
come
you do?
on,
What
Pat.
did you do?
It's not as if you're not going to have a chance for better pictures in the next 25,000 miles.
Well, the last pictures I have of you two together are years old, and I promised Mother some extensive family documentation.
I guess I got off easy. All I promised was that we wouldn't drink the water and that I'd make Bobby carry the bags.
And I actually thought I was participating in a congressional fact-finding mission.
You are. But I'm the congressman, so while I find the facts, you find my luggage.
I think the accommodations in the place are very nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Do you like some?
I've listened to the so-called experts. Well, it's obvious that nobody knows much about what's happening in Asia. We started pouring aid into these countries, and I want to know if it's going where it's needed. And you can really help me by covering all the details.
Well, I want to help any way that I can. What sort of details do you mean?
Getting us in and out of hotels, hiring cars, making travel arrangements, setting up appointments.
Well, I'd like to be useful in other ways as well.
Like what?
I can make all those arrangements. That's easy. I would like to be more involved in
what?
In fact-finding, I suppose. I've read up on all the countries. I've prepared files on every place we're going. I think I can do a lot more than just carry your bags.
You resent carrying my bags?
I don't resent carrying your bags at all. In fact, it's part of a promise that I made to Mother.
What promise?
I promised her I wouldn't let you strain your back.
Well, I also promised that I'd make you stop wearing these khaki pants. Now, if you meet Asian leaders, you're going to have to wear a suit. Did you bring a suit? Did you bring a suit?
I brought two.
Damn good thing.
Mr. Prime Minister, we're very honored and very grateful that you could take the time to receive us.
Actually, I was very curious. I find your behavior very odd for an American politician.
Odd?
Yes, you're the first, you know.
The first?
The first American congressman who has bothered to come to India. And you came at your own expense. I find that very odd in any politician, even a wealthy politician. Miss Kennedy.
Yes.
Would you like to take a visit to Kashmir and Srinagar on this trip and maybe take a ride to Shikara?
Well, that sounds wonderful, but I'm preparing a report for American television. I'm afraid my time here is a bit limited.
I see. And from India, where will you go?
Our next stop is Saigon.
Oh, Saigon. The poor, stupid French fighting that hopeless war. And is it true that America intends to continue aiding them?
Our government is considering extending military aid, yes.
What a dreadful waste.
Well, we're concerned with the spread of communism through the emerging nations of Asia.
Of course, so am I. But supporting the French in Vietnam is idiotic.
Well, if you think our policy is so idiotic, what would you suggest?
Tell me, why does a country like yours, born of a revolution, not support the same aspirations in others?
Well, because most of the revolutionary elements in Asia are subservient to communism.
Russia supports them. Communism has risen to needs that should be met by democracy.
We've offered help in many places and they've refused it.
America has offered money to support the status quo. Where conditions are miserable, men are willing to die for communism. Countries like yours and mine must give the same aura to democracy. You must start demanding change and stop fearing it.
My dearest Ethel, I miss you very, very much. We're on our way to Saigon now, and each mile brings me closer to you and Kathleen. The struggle for life here is overwhelming. It can be seen on the faces of the people. I wonder if there's any solution to so much need.
You must make the American people understand the progress we've made, how we are building a bastion of democracy in Asia.
Well, many Americans feel that this is essentially a war to maintain French power over an Asian people who simply want independence.
If you went to the country, then you would see how clear it is that we must stay and fight. You see, the common people of Vietnam consider us their salvation.
Why?
Why?
Why would the common people, why would any group of Asians consider a colonial army their salvation?
Maybe you haven't heard about the atrocities committed by the communists.
I was told by a Vietnamese that if the election were held today, Ho Chi Minh, the communist leader, would win by 80, maybe 90%.
Told by whom? Some leftist student, some radical? Saigon is full of communist agents, you know.
Actually, it was the taxi driver who brought me here.
Obviously, un savant.
Colonel, I'd like to go into the country and meet the people if it can be arranged.
Yes, if it's possible, I'd like to go too.
Of course, it can be arranged. In fact, I want you to see how military aid from your country will be used. Our plan is to build a line of defense that will completely cut off the Mekong Delta from the rest of this country. A line of impenetrable bastions.
Excuse me. Is that man saying something?
Oh, don't pay any attention to him. Il est fou. He's completely crazy.
No, please. I'd like to know what he's saying.
He say he too old. All the young men are dead. He cannot take care of the woman. Buffalo is dead. Soldiers shoot and take rice. The people of his village send him and they say, tell the French that we are starving. But nobody listened to him. Il est fou. Vraiment, il est complètement fou.
Ethel sent you pictures of Kathleen.
Oh, good.
Terrific.
What?
Kathleen's not going to be an only child.
Getting so far ahead, I'll never catch up.
Well, what about you? Is there any girl left on the eastern seaboard that you haven't dated?
Well, there's always a new generation.
So still no plans?
The only girl I'm considering wants to marry a senator from Massachusetts.
But Henry Cabot Lodge is already married.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
So, she said I just have to beat him.
That's great. Grandson of Irish saloon keeper takes on descendant of Pilgrim fathers. Oh, Dad will love that.
Only if I win. What about you? Have you given any thought to politics?
No, I don't think I'm right for politics.
Well, any ideas about what you might be right for?
Maybe law.
Maybe? Then why the hell did you get a law degree?
It could always be useful in business.
Forget business. Dad always had the good sense not to take any of us into business. It's odd, though. For myself, I never thought about politics. It was always for Joe. I always imagined I'd end up working for him.
Maybe you would have been Secretary of State.
Dad was right. Joe would have made a great president.
It's the same every night. They hate the French. And they'll hate us, too, if we get involved here.
I think in regard to Vietnam, there's just one question we should ask ourselves. Should we ally ourselves to the desperate efforts of the French regime to hang on to a colonial empire? I think the task is rather to build strong, native, non-communist sentiment by supporting the needs, the aims, and the aspirations of the people of Vietnam. To depend on legions of French soldiers in a military victory in defiance of nationalistic aims, I think will spell failure.
Thank you very much, Congressman Kennedy, for being our guest.
Thank you very much.
Very interesting discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much. Basically, that's what I intend to report to Washington.
I wouldn't count on much applause from the State Department or the military.
Well, if I have any real problems, I'll blame it on Bobby.
I'll gladly take the blame for that speech, and for whatever effect it has on American foreign policy.
Well, don't get your hopes up. It's just one speech by a junior congressman. The only person with power to really affect foreign policy is the president.
Finally, we got a senator, my friend. All right, here's the toast. To dear old Boston, land of the bean of the cod, where they voted for Irish Jack Kennedy over Henry Cabot Lodge.
Well, no, I'd just like to thank you for all your efforts, Mother. You gave what I'm told was the best speech of the campaign. I don't know. Well, in fact, we need a copy of it. Yeah. And Eunice, Jean, Pat, you appeared all over the state and...
in various guises.
Yeah. Some voters who think the entire Kennedy family was elected. And Dad, according to most Republicans, you bought me the election, so I guess I certainly owe you a great deal. Since Bobby had a total lack of political expertise, I naturally made him my campaign manager. And it was without doubt the best bad decision I ever made. So, once again, my thanks to you all.
Oh, congratulations.
Which brings me to another announcement.
I know what he's going to say.
No, that's not his mother's intuition, by the way. I tipped her off. Jackie and I have decided to get married. So, if you just leave your names at the door, I'll make sure you all get invitations.
Okay.
Come on now, let's go. Come on, we're teamwork in there.
All right, ready? Bobby, we'll get closer. Yeah. Okay, ready, set. Right. Hut 1, hut 2, hut 3. Okay. Hut.
That's pretty good. Oh. Yeah, Jackie.
Get the ball.
Come on in for it.
Jackie, get Jackie in. Come on, Jackie.
Take it quick.
Right here. No. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah.
All right.
You all right? When do you start working for McCarthy?
Dad, how much of this job was you doing? Or is the word out that I'm just a rich kid who'll work cheap?
I happen to think the work that Joe McCarthy's doing is important.
Well, I wouldn't argue that. I'm just not sure I believe there are over 200 communists in the State Department.
Well, every politician's rhetoric sounds overblown by the time the press get through with it.
Well, Dad, I'll think about it, but I...
Now, listen to me, damn it. We're in a cold war with the Russians and a hot war with the communists in Korea. They're out to win, and there are plenty of subversives in this country that help them.
But, Dad, Joe McCarthy's a Republican.
And he happens to be a friend of mine. Now, Bobby, if you want to start a private law practice, hell, I'll set you up in a minute. But you need a good beginning. I think working with Joe McCarthy would be a good beginning.
Stopped.
All right. Get back in the game, huh?
Once you have this United States, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, covered by a network of professors and teachers who are taking their orders from Moscow, who want to destroy this nation, who want to corrupt the minds of its youth, then we're rapidly losing the battle. The thing that I think we must remember is that this is a war in which a brutalitarian force has won to a greater extent than any brutalitarian force has won a war in the history of the world before.
I'm Robert Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy, I'm Roy Cohen, Senator McCarthy's chief counsel. How you doing?
Fine.
How you doing with the shipping practice?
Well, I brought the senator my first report.
Very good.
Very good, Mr. Kennedy. I'm impressed with the volume of the work.
Well, I still have more research, but I can conservatively say that 75% of all shipping to Red China is carried out under the flags of our allies.
Well, the Chinese are killing our boys in Korea.
Yes, sir. And some of the companies supplying the Reds are also collecting money from our government for handling American defense shipments to Europe.
Mostly British. British ships carrying machine guns to kill our men.
Well, Senator, British soldiers are fighting in Korea, too, right alongside our own.
They're killing their own boys as well. We ought to sink every accursed ship that's carrying materials to the enemy. Roy, let's call a press conference. We'll release this material immediately. Let's condemn this blood trade. I'd like you with me at the conference.
Well, certainly, I'll prepare some fact sheets.
Robert. May I call you Robert? I'm an old friend of your father.
Most people call me Bobby.
Bobby? I'd like you in the hearings with us.
Well, Senator, I've already agreed to accept the position on the committee as minority counsel for Senators Jackson, Symington, and McClellan.
So you've joined the opposition?
Well, not exactly. We're all here for the same investigative purpose. We Democrats are also interested in finding subversives.
Of course. And the Democratic senators are good men, fine men. And with you as minority counsel, I better tell Roy Cohen to dot all his I's and cross all his T's. Give my regards to your family.
Of course.
Press is scheduled at 4, live TV at 7.
Roy, check with the FBI, see what they've got on young Mr. Kennedy.
And here comes Senator McCarthy. Senator, do you consider Dr. Conant a communist?
You heard the testimony. All I'm presenting here are the facts.
Look,
Well, this may give you some
there's
idea
Daddy.
of the types of individuals that are
On the TV, see?
helping to shape our foreign policy
That's your daddy.
in but one of the many government departments which are thoroughly infested with communists and fellow travelers.
Bobby, what have we got on this witness, Andy Lee Moss?
She's a teletype operator formerly employed at the Pentagon.
Mrs. Moss, while at the Pentagon, had you had any connections with coded messages?
No more than transmit them.
No more than transmit them. were some of these coded messages classified?
I assume all classified messages were coded.
So then they were all classified. I'm going to go back to 1942 and 1943. Now, the committee has testimony to the effect that at that time you were a member of the Northeast Club of the Communist Party. Is that testimony true?
No, it is not. Not at any time was I ever a member of the Communist Party.
Have you subscribed to the Daily Worker?
No, I did not subscribe to the Daily Worker.
You know the Daily Worker is a communist newspaper, don't you?
No, sir, I sure did not.
Isn't it a fact that you regularly receive the Daily Worker and that you arranged to receive it through a Robert Hall, who's one of the leading communists of the district?
Bobby Hall brought that paper to my house one Sunday, and my husband told them never to bring that paper in the house again.
I don't understand the importance of this questioning. Is it to prove the fact that if you read the Daily Worker, you're subversive?
Senator, what we're trying to bring out is that Robert Hall is one of the 3 top communists in the Communist Party in the District of Columbia. We felt it was significant that Robert Hall went to the home of Annalee Moss.
Mr. Kennedy has something for the witness.
Mrs. Moss, is Robert Hall a white man or a colored man?
He's a colored man.
Well, there appears to be some confusion here. Does there not, Mr. Cohn? Is the Robert Hall you're talking about a white man or a colored man?
I don't know. I never inquired as to his race. I don't know. We can check it out, though.
The information I have indicates that the communist Robert Hall is a white man. Obviously, Mrs. Moss is talking about a different Robert Hall, a colored man.
Mrs. Moss, have you ever heard of Karl Marx?
Who's that?
Senator, I have no further questions for this witness, but I will say that we have testimony from an undercover agent in the FBI that Annalee Moss was a dues-paying member of the Communist Party.
Mr. Cohen, statements are being made against this woman that I feel are unfair. She's lost her job, and I, for one, won't stand by while people are tried on hearsay evidence.
Be careful.
Why? Just because every night when I come home, I check my neck to see if my head is still attached? Jack, this woman lost her job because she was called before that committee. I decided to go to the FBI and pull her file. I wanted to see if there was any real evidence linking her to subversive activity.
Sounds like bedtime. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, say goodnight.
Night-night.
Say goodnight. Yes.
You're tired.
Anyway, they denied me access to the file, so I asked to see Hoover.
So they denied you access to Hoover?
Right.
The story is that you stormed the place, demanding to see Hoover.
What story?
Washington gossip. Probably out of McCarthy's office, which says the director of the FBI called you an arrogant young whippersnapper who pushes his family's money and power around.
Jack, the FBI lied to me about evidence made available to McCarthy. There is no evidence. I want this woman cleared. If she's not guilty, she should have her job back. What is it to Hoover anyway?
Hoover likes McCarthy. And he likes Roy Cohn. They called him Edgar. There's not many people in this town that can do that. You know what it means to have important friends. So watch out, because J. Edgar Hoover can be an important enemy.
I need a little more light up here.
Bring that over there. Better coverage right there. Check that number 2, Mike. We got a lead on that.
You can tell your friends. those Democratic senators, that the committee has evidence that Senator Jackson has written something favorable to communists. You shouldn't even be on this committee. I happen to know that you have a personal hatred for me.
Now, you just for one damn minute. You've got enough damn nerve threatening the senators. Don't you ever threaten me.
I'll threaten you anytime I want to. Anytime, anywhere. You want to fight? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, let me go.
Well, I think you should get out of there.
I should have smacked him.
Things are turning sour. McCarthy hasn't caught any communists, but he's ruining people's lives and careers. Look, kiddo, I'm not telling you what to do. I just don't think you belong there.
Well, you aren't the only one who feels that way. Senator McClellan has offered me a position in permanent investigations.
Really? What would you do?
It's kind of open right now. I'd need to find something that needed to be investigated. But I'd better see what Dad's feelings are. He really wanted me with McCarthy.
If the job with Senator McClellan is what you want, then you should take it. Actually, I hope you do take the job. It would mean we get to stay in Washington. And Jackie called today. She and Jack want to sell Hickory Hill. It's too big for two people, but it is perfect for us. Oh, would you love it? Huh?
It's rather big.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Well, the animals and the kids love it.
Ethel, it's just so big.
Come on, let's go inside, right?
Didn't Jack say you had trouble with the plumbing?
Oh, no. That's all been redone. Would you just look at these floors? Aren't they incredible? Now, we'll have to put a gate up at the top here so we can child-proof the staircase, but that shouldn't be a problem.
Ethel, there's no question it's a beautiful house, but it's just so much more than we need.
Well, only for the moment.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Yes, now wait until you see the nursery. Isn't it fabulous? Oh.
It is quite nice. I think we can be very happy here.
Oh! Oh, God, I love it.
Bobby, welcome to Los Angeles.
Thanks.
Already checked you in, so why don't we just go on up? I've put together a pretty good investigative team out here. We've got ledgers, canceled checks, memoranda. Everyone's a little concerned, though.
About what?
Well, if this committee's actually formed, how far is it going to be willing to go?
Walter, the Labor Rackets Committee is prepared to go all the way.
All the way?
All the way.
Going to be poking through the dirty laundry of some major people, maybe even people you know. Right now, 1956, Teamsters have got a membership of over 1,300,000. They've got almost $250 million in their pension fund, headed by Dave Beck and, at his knee, Jimmy Hoffa. Both men are popular with the membership, powerful, tough, and smart. Beck likes country clubs, suits, respectability. Hoffa's more interested in raw power. He's a street fighter. This is the colorful stuff, tip of the iceberg. You want to get into the real facts and figures? How about it, Bobby? It's going to take us all night.
My plane doesn't leave until 6 a.m. I saw canceled checks, ledgers, signed memoranda, piles of evidence that all lead to the inescapable conclusion that Dave Beck, president of America's largest and most powerful labor union, is a crook. And there's reason to believe that Jimmy Hoffa, his second in command, is deeply involved in organized crime.
I think that forcing a Senate inquiry into labor is a terrible thing.
Why? Just the surface evidence alone indicates that criminal activity is rampant.
This kind of investigation doesn't produce any reforms. It'll turn labor against us, against Jack.
Jack doesn't need these men. The people of Massachusetts will stand in line to vote for him.
Do you think Massachusetts is as far as he's going? Do you know how many voters are controlled by organized labor?
We won't lose the support of the working men. They don't want these crooks running their union. Dad, it's their dues that are being stolen.
Don't kid yourself. That Kaffa, these men fought hard. They built the damn unions. No one cares if they skim a little cream.
I don't believe that.
Well, then you don't know a damn thing about unions.
Dad, I'm not talking about just skimming a little cream. I'm talking about beatings, death threats, probably murder.
Then it's for the police to take action, not you.
They bought the police. They bought politicians.
I'm telling you, the rank and file union men are going to hate your guts.
Excuse me. We need help for the Rising Star.
Over here.
Bobby, I can always tell when there's something wrong.
Dad is dead set against the labor rackets investigations. He thinks I'll alienate the unions, and that would hurt Jack.
What do you think?
I don't want to hurt Jack's career.
What about your career?
Ethel, you can't compare my job to what Jack's been building for years.
Maybe it is only your second or third job. But I've seen you working on this. I've seen the hours you've put in. I know how much you want it.
Dad is talking about hurting Jack's chances for the presidency.
Well, then, isn't it really up to you and Jack?
He's okay. Come here.
I've studied up on foreign affairs for the traditional Christmas argument with Dad, but I understand you beat me to it. Did he tell you what we argued about? The unions. Not an area I know enough about.
Well, nobody knows much about the unions. That's why I want to set up the investigation.
Well, I suppose one of us should be informed.
Dad thinks it could hurt you politically.
I don't suppose I could sell you on something a little less controversial, like, say, maybe violations of the Migratory Bird Act. No, well, I was afraid you'd feel that way. I guess you better do it. But do it right. Make sure you've got the facts.
Thanks. Well, a lot will depend on who I can get to join the committee.
Well, maybe I can help you there. Maybe persuade a few courageous souls.
How is your courageous soul these days? What'd you think about it?
Well, if I think about it, I'll probably refuse. You better hope I act on impulse.
Now, how do we tell Dad we lost the race?
Defeat is your job. Being the older brother, I'm only responsible for victory.
Okay.
How do we tell him?
Certainly. Gary. Oh, I'm sorry.
Kennedy?
Either way, yeah.
Mr. Kennedy, I'm Pierre Salinger.
I've read your articles on the unions. Do you know what we're going to be doing here?
I've heard rumors.
We're not very popular.
Neither was I for writing those articles.
Fine. You should be working with us. You've got nothing to lose.
Mr. Kennedy, I'm a reporter.
You're an investigative reporter. That's why I need you. Oh, meet John Siegenthaler. He's also a reporter.
Siegenthaler, I liked your series on the coal industry.
Well, thank you.
Excuse me. Is this the Labor Rackets Committee?
Yes, it is.
This stuff's been stacking up, waiting for you guys to start business.
Hate mail?
I don't think they're Valentines.
Listen to this. Dear sirs, my father helped to found our union, and I've been a member for 25 years. I was always proud of our union, but in the last few years, I've become ashamed and even frightened for myself and for my family. Please come and restore our rights. We can kick them out with free, open elections. And I was worried about support from the rank and file union members.
Listen to this one. Dear sirs, my father is afraid to go to work because of the goons on the docks. Good luck with your investigation.
Mr. Beck, you were head of the Western Conference of Teamsters in 1952, were you not?
I think that is correct. Yes.
What are the dues that the members must pay to the Western Conference of Teamsters?
I can't really answer that. I don't know.
While you were head of the union, you didn't know how much the members paid to the Western Conference in dues?
No, I don't really know that.
Well, Bobby sure as hell isn't doing Jack any favors.
You did not make a report on the amount of money being received or paid out while you were president?
I'm not sure. That's a matter attorneys would advise me on. I really can't say.
Nearly $1 million was taken out of the Western Conference funds by you and Mr. Brewster. Was the membership advised of that? But did you make a report while you were head of the Western Conference of Teamsters?
I can't believe you let Bobby drag him into this.
My attorney feels that I should decline to answer because I must not give testimony against myself. I invoke the Fourth and the Fifth Amendments.
Well, there goes his labor vote. Right in the toilet.
While Dave Beck is ruthlessly being chased by Bobby Kennedy, it appears that the heir apparent to the Teamsters Union will be James Riddle Hoffa.
Right here. Oh, it slipped! Oh, my!
All right, let's get the children in the house. Come on.
Why?
Hoffa. Come on.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Oh, how long will this go on?
Ethel, I'm going to get that son of a bitch.
That's not what I'm asking. I want to know how long it's going to be a threat to our lives and to our children.
You're just trying to scare me off.
Well, I am scared.
You knew from the beginning that investigating labor would stir up a lot of anger. Remember, we talked about it.
Yes, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. See, I've been playing this happy-go-lucky young mother who encourages her husband to go out and get him. But I didn't realize even the children were involved.
Ethel, as long as I'm in public life, there will always be people. There will always be anger directed at us. There's no way to avoid it. Now, we can either learn to live with that, or I've got to make other choices. What do you say?
All right.
With the fall of Dave Beck, it's Jimmy Hoffa who the Teamsters will now look to for leadership.
Deny that certain corruption has been exposed, but I think it's important now to get on with the business of running a union.
Mr. Hoffa, do you anticipate further investigation by Mr. Kennedy and the committee?
No, I don't see any reason for it. And I think the rank and file would be opposed. I think the men would demonstrate their loyalty to the new leadership and let Kennedy and the others know that enough's enough.
Everyone is voting for Jack, 'cause he's got what all the rest lack. Everyone wants to back Jack. Jack is on the right track. K-E-double-N-E-D-Y. Jack's the nation's favorite guy. Everyone wants to back Jack. Jack is on the right track, 'cause he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. 1960's the year for his high hopes. Come on and vote for Kennedy. Vote for Kennedy. Keep America strong. Kennedy, he just keeps rolling up. Kennedy, he just keeps rolling along. Vote for Kennedy.
Of course, there's no way that I could ever thank you for the way you handled my campaign, but I thought of you for Secretary of State.
But then you remembered I'm very bad with languages and not exactly noted for my diplomacy.
That's right. But you have had experience prosecuting.
Which brings us back to Attorney General. Jack, how many times do we have to have this argument? And how many times do I have to refuse?
Well, the fact is I have discussed it with some people and gotten some very positive responses.
People with Mother.
Yes, Mother thinks you'd make a fine Attorney General. And our sisters like the idea because you could get some of Dad's big labor friends out of jail.
Maybe you should try it on someone outside of the family.
I did. I mentioned it to J. Edgar Hoover.
Sure, he thought it was a great idea.
No, he didn't exactly feel that way.
But of course, you consider that a positive response.
Of course.
Of course.
But I also discussed it with Bill Lawrence of the New York Times.
And I expect that he was outraged that you would even consider me in view of my abundant lack of experience.
Not to mention the issue of nepotism.
Exactly.
But now we come to my problem. I need someone who will tell me the truth, no matter what. So, it looks like I'm stuck with you. love to see Jimmy Hoffa's face when he reads the morning papers. I'd like to see J. Edgar Hoover's face when he finds out you're his boss. Stop grinning so much. People will think you're happy about your appointment.
I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, so help me God.
Ready, set. Cut 1, cut 2, cut 3, cut 4. That's good.
Did you? Hell of a catch, Jack.
I was reading. I just missed.
Jackie, I know that catch didn't seem like a whole lot, but, well, you know the Kennedy passion for football, and it really was a hell of a catch.
Okay. Thank you, Bobby.
Who's supposed to get that ball? All right.
Mr. Kennedy, the director and Mr. Tolson are here.
Oh, good. Send them in. Mr. Hoover, come in.
My kids did these. Mr. Hoover. Mr. Tolson, please have a seat. I'm just getting settled in.
Yes, must seem strange. It can take quite a while to learn the way the Justice Department actually works. Years.
Edgar, you should know, I've been in justice for over 30 years now.
Yes, I came to the FBI in 1924. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Kennedy, that's before you were born.
That's true. I was born in 1925.
Well, as I've always done in the past, I offer the sum total of my experience to this administration. You can certainly count on me to help you keep the Justice Department running smoothly, as in fact it always has.
Well, actually, I'd like to make it run a little differently than it has. I'd like to bring everything a little closer together.
I see.
The FBI was originally founded as a branch of the Department of Justice. I would like the FBI to return to its original concept.
You would?
Yes.
Just what does that mean? In what way do you think the FBI has strayed from its original purpose?
Well, the department will pursue full-scale investigations into organized crime, civil rights, and labor violations. In the past, it seems the FBI has been reluctant to get involved in these areas.
If it's within our jurisdiction, we'll get involved.
I'll see that your jurisdiction is enlarged. Oh, and also, all the other branches of the department have agreed to clear their press releases through this office.
We've always handled our own press. I think we've done a pretty good job.
But if the other agencies agree to clear with us, don't you feel the Bureau should do the same? And in the interest of accuracy and the policy of this administration, I'll clear all FBI communications with the White House.
Then it seems we'll be in almost daily contact.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, when I called your office this morning, I had to go through your secretary. I think it would probably be easier if I had a direct line to your desk.
Well, I can't accept the Cold War as an ongoing legacy. I don't want it. And I don't believe Khrushchev wants it.
I'm talking pie in the sky. He's the most powerful man on this planet besides yourself. And he's smart. You're muffing the damn minds. If he doesn't think you're tougher than a night in jail, he'll eat you alive.
Yes, but Khrushchev is a realist. And given our superior military strength, I think I'm in a good position now to discuss an approach to disarmament.
Get to know the man. Let him know you're not just some rich kid whose capitalistic father brought him into the White House.
Now, where would he have heard a thing like that?
Yes, I'll take it. Put him through.
Now Bobby's getting calls
Yes,
in
John.
my office.
Well, the music stops. Bobby, you better put your jacket back on before your mother gets here.
I'll get back to you. Now, that was John Siegenthaler. A group of Negroes and whites called the Freedom Riders is traveling the South testing the integration law. And they were just attacked by a white mob with pipes and clubs. They plan to go on with the ride.
Well, you can't let that happen. For God's sakes, Jack's on his way to Europe. De Gaulle and Khrushchev will throw this right in his face.
You better stop him, Bobby.
I was hired to advise on civil rights. That means upholding the rights of Negroes.
Porter, my personal sympathy is with these people, but
Personal sympathy is worth nothing. You're the Attorney General of the United States. You owe them more than sympathy.
Damn it, Porter, I don't need you to tell me what my job is.
Bobby, you know how Negroes travel in the South. They pay the same price for tickets as everyone else, but they can't sit where they please. They can't eat a sandwich or drink a cup of coffee at the counter of a bus station. They can't even use the damn toilet. The Freedom Riders are risking their lives to change all that. And we owe them all the help we can give them.
Porter, I'm not even sure it's possible to help these people.
You have the power to send marshals, or even troops.
I promised the president I'd put a lid on this. If I send in federal troops, the whole thing could explode.
It has exploded. Black anger has exploded, and it won't be ignored. I spoke to the Freedom Riders. They've waited too long. They can't wait anymore.
Let me go down there, Bobby. Give me a chance to talk to the Freedom Riders, the local authorities. Maybe we can get some support on the state level.
I don't think you stand a chance, John.
Oh, I don't know. With my southern accent dripping grits and molasses, I might find a few friends among those good old boys.
This bus for integration, this bus. This bus for integration, this bus. This bus for integration, we don't want no segregation. This bus for integration, this bus. Oh, this bus for integration, this bus. This bus for integration.
I've managed to get the badly wounded to a hospital, but the rest are trapped in the bus terminal. The airlines have received bomb threats, and forget the governor. He threatened us with, and I quote, blood in the streets of Alabama if the federal marshals came in. But the head of the State Highway Patrol has turned out to be a man of conscience. His troopers will protect the bus on the highway. Once it gets to Montgomery, well, we'll see. But it's not just a matter of protecting them. I can't even find a driver for the damn bus.
John, I don't suppose there's any way the Freedom Riders might reconsider and call this whole thing off, is there?
Not a chance.
All right, John.
Bobby, I'm very disturbed by what I hear in the news.
Oh, yeah, yes, I sent John Siegenthaler down there, and he's getting some local cooperation.
So does that mean that everything's under control?
Well, no, I wouldn't exactly say that. I'm having trouble finding a driver for the bus. You wouldn't have any pull with Greyhound, would you?
Your brother's in Europe dealing with heads of state, and you're looking for a bus driver?
Dad.
Look, we both told you to call it off.
I can't. I can't tell the Freedom Riders what to do.
You're the Attorney General. Your brother's the president. You have the power to do anything you want.
No, I don't have that power. It's too late. Civil rights can't be called off.
I was in the Roosevelt administration. We had a pretty good record with civil rights. We didn't do it by alienating the South. Roosevelt had the good sense, as have other presidents, of going slowly.
Come on, Dad. Up until now, every administration has simply ducked the issue. It has to change. And it has to start changing now.
You're gambling with your brother's presidency. I hope you realize that. He appointed you Attorney General against some pretty damn good advice.
Your advice, Dad?
All right. I'm a proud father who wants to see his son go 2 terms. But forget my political motives. Think of the other reality. People may be hurt, even killed. Are you ready to accept that?
Accepting that responsibility is part of my job.
In spite of assurances from the governor that Alabama can keep peace without federal marshals, angry crowds still line the streets outside the Birmingham bus terminal.
I've got Mr. Pruitt on the phone.
Do you know how to drive a bus? Well, surely, Mr. Pruitt, somebody in the damn bus company can drive a bus. I suggest that you get on the phone with Mr. Greyhound or whoever and give us an answer. Under the law, those people are entitled to transportation provided by Greyhound. So somebody better get in that damn bus and get it going, or the government of the United States is going to be very upset.
We're entering Montgomery now. It's awfully quiet.
They look like FBI.
Yeah, they're the feds. I know those boys.
Well, I guess we're okay. There are 2 FBI men standing in front.
TV crews are here. It's all very quiet.
Just sit here. We gotta help him.
care that he's not in his office. Where the hell is he? You just tell Mr. Hoover. I want him in my office in the morning as soon as he comes in. I want him to explain why FBI men stood by while a Justice Department official was beaten.
Well, let me speak to someone who can tell me about his condition. Is his doctor available? Yes. Yes, please.
Let me know how many marshals are there. If we need more, we can deputize the rest locally. I've got to hang up. This might be Patterson. Yes.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yes, Governor Patterson. This is the Attorney General.
Mr. Kennedy. Well, the last I heard, things had quite a down in Montgomery, but I've had some disturbing news. Martin Luther King is arriving here tomorrow, gonna be talking at a Negro church. I want to go on record right now and say I can't guarantee the man's safety. I'm here with General Tyler Davis of the State National Guard, and he shares my opinion.
You're telling me that a general in the United States Army says he can't protect one? Put that general on. Yes. Put him on the damn phone. I want to hear a general in the United States Army tell me he can't guarantee the safety of one United States citizen. And then I want to hear him tell me why he thinks he's fit to wear that uniform. Never mind, never mind. I'll deputize marshals and I'll protect Dr. King myself.
He has just committed political suicide.
I've got to tell Jack that we're deputizing every marshal in the state of Alabama. Damn it, why didn't I do this in the first place?
Pick up on 2. It's John's doctor.
Yes, Doctor.
Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Siegenthaler's out of danger now.
Well, if he's all right, I'd like to speak with him. He can talk.
Okay.
John. I'm really sorry.
No, you did right. We found a few good people down here. The state troopers were terrific. They really came through. But there just weren't enough of them. Bobby, let me tell you something. Don't ever run for office in Alabama, because you won't get elected.
All right, I'll run there last. Take care of yourself.
Bobby, Angie called. We want scheduled an update of the Hoffa case at 9. Should I have her cancel it?
No. No, I have to go in and review those files.
Dad? Oh, Dad, we gotta go see Brutus.
Why? What's the matter?
He's limping and he won't let us touch his foot.
Kathleen, walk him around. Let me look at him. Okay. Sit down, Bruce. Okay, baby boy. That should make him feel better. Okay, Robbie, go over there and call him. Okay, call him.
Here, Brutus! Here, Brutus!
Remus!
In the 6 years since the French left, the country's been divided into 2 separate countries, North and South Vietnam. Communist North has continued a guerrilla war against the government of Ngo Dinh Diem. The feeling among our intelligence personnel is that Diem has miraculously created a free, progressive nation out of the shambles of 8 years of civil war. But his ability to continue depends on our willingness to support him militarily.
Forget the sales pitch, General. What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that we give DM a tangible gesture of support in the form of 8,000 American troops. I think they'll back off.
They never backed off from the French.
Well, that's hardly the same thing. The DM regime has broad-based support.
General, if DM had the support of his people, he wouldn't be asking for American troops.
He's facing a strong Soviet-backed military threat. Now, there is no substitute for American military presence to raise his morale and the morale of his people.
Communist generals won't buy 8,000 men as any kind of a threat. If we really want to convince them of our serious intentions, we should consider at least 6 divisions.
Come on, Bob. I'm a Navy man. How many men is that?
Over 200,000 men.
200,000 men. That's crazy.
It will take at least that many men to have a decisive military advantage. The French had over 300,000.
Yes, and they lost.
Well, they didn't exactly lose. They gave it up in a truce.
They lost. What makes you think sending American soldiers to Vietnam is going to make you popular?
Because if it appears that I'm not trying to prevent the communists from taking that country, I'll be a one-term president. Bobby, I really want a disarmament agreement with Russia. Look, I don't want our kids growing up on the brink of nuclear war, but Khrushchev understands our politics. And he understands the limitations of a one-term president.
But if you give in to pressure and send 8,000 soldiers to Vietnam, DM will only want 8,000 more. It could go on a very long time.
What if they don't fight? What if I send those fellows over there only to advise? With orders only to advise the Vietnamese army on how to fight their own war. And we pressure DM to provide more for his people. Do you remember what Nehru suggested? Maybe we can provide an aura for democracy.
Bobby, Jack, your mother just called from Palm Beach. Your father's had a stroke.
The doctors say there's been extensive damage to the area that controls speech, and there's paralysis on the right side.
Well, what can be done? What about treatment?
No, even with special therapy, recovery will not be total. Ever since the thrill of your election, it's been hard for him. He longed to be part of your lives, but he was afraid. He said it was your day now. He didn't want his enemies to be your enemies. His wars to be his son's wars. There were so many things he wanted to say, advice he wanted to give. He held himself in check. You know how hard that was for him. He's such a proud man. But he knew that it was your day now, beyond anything that he could understand and was in his world. The presidency took you away from the family.
Benedixit frate dedique discipulis suis dicens, arcipite et mandicate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enum corpus meo. Simili modo quam postquam cenatum est accipiens et hunc pe clarum calcium in sanctus ac venerabiles manus suas, item dibi gratias agens benedixit.
This one is fine, except this down here is just awful.
Really?
Really.
Well, I've been thinking that this one has the best slogan.
Well, we should get the women in here for opinions that really count. No, I don't like this slogan, he can do more for Massachusetts. We used that already.
Well, of course, we used it in your Senate campaign. It really rings of Kennedy dynasty.
You're right. As a matter of fact, lately I've been getting hit with the office of senator should be merited, not inherited.
Teddy, whenever they hit you with something like that, don't hide from it. Hang a lantern on it. In fact, you should mention it the next time you speak. Something like, there seems to be some question as to why I feel I merit the office I'm told I can inherit. You make a joke out of it.
And you know that I would campaign for you if you were just another Democratic hopeful, but as it is, I think it would backfire.
I would make it the same offer, but then I'm not very popular.
Well, Bobby, I thought that was only in the South.
I know. No, I'm finding the racial issue isn't limited to one part of the country.
James Meredith, why do you want to enter the University of Mississippi?
Well, I think that every citizen should have an opportunity to receive an education in his own state. I think he should have an opportunity to receive the best possible education.
James H. Meredith, son of a cotton farmer, grandson of a slave, and applicant for admission to the University of Mississippi.
What began in January of 1961, when James Meredith applied for admission to the University of Mississippi, has come to a day of reckoning. Flanked by federal marshals, James Meredith arrives at the Ole Miss campus, with a Supreme Court order supporting his right to enroll. But Governor Ross Barnett continues to reject the High Court's decision.
I want to explain to you that the Circuit Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit entered a temporary restraining order at 8:30 this morning, enjoining you from interfering in any way with the registration of James Meredith at the University of Mississippi.
Gentlemen, in response to that, I'll say this. To James H. Meredith, applicant for admission as a student at the University of Mississippi. I, Ross R. Barnett, Governor of the great and sovereign state of Mississippi, having heretofore by proclamation, acting under the police powers of the sovereign state of Mississippi, do hereby now and finally deny you admission to the University of Mississippi.
Damn.
He's forcing a showdown.
And so, once again,
Why can't that man go somewhere else to school?
Because he wants to go to that school. And the law of our country says that he can go to whatever school he wants.
Governor Ross Barnett continues to defy the
So you're gonna make him take him?
as well as Supreme Court Justice Hugo Black's order.
It's my job to make people obey the law.
With the judicial order to admit
They won't like him at that school.
Well, that's because they don't know him. When they get to know him, they'll probably like him.
Well, if I was him, I wouldn't go. I'd be scared.
for one of the most critical conflicts between state and federal authority, yet
Mr. Meredith is a very brave man.
the controversy poses grave problems of international significance for the Kennedy administration.
All right, you want to hear this joke? I'll tell you the joke. If Truman showed that anyone can be president, and Eisenhower that no one can be president, then Kennedy is showing us that it can be dangerous to even have a president.
That's pretty good, Pierre. Now, why do you suppose Pierre hears these jokes and we don't?
I'm sparing you guys the nastier ones. I doubt that there's been a president since Roosevelt who's been so systematically vilified.
Since FDR, well, I'm in pretty good company. Come on, Pierre. One more joke.
Your enemies are having a good laugh at the polls. Want to hear the figures?
No. Just another Kennedy joke.
All right. I'll cater to this presidential masochism, although it goes against my better judgment. If Jack and Bobby and Teddy Kennedy were in a sinking boat, who would be saved?
I give up. Who?
The nation.
Oh, come on, Pierre. I must have done something that the people like. What about the Peace Corps?
No, the Peace Corps. An Alliance for Progress. They don't hate so much as they hate,
Civil rights.
Civil right is right at the top of their list.
Well, if it's only going to be one term, then let's make it a good one. Yeah. Now, wait a minute, Pierre. Now, what about physical fitness? I mean, the people must like that.
Although I loathe any kind of exercise, I have to admit that your support of physical fitness is growing in popularity. You've started the nation jogging. You're going to get the jock vote.
Well, good. Pierre, let's set an example for the nation. I think we should propose a national 50-mile hike, led by you and the members of the press corps.
It was a mistake to tell those jokes.
Aren't you with the White House Press Corps?
Yes, sir. I'm one of Mr. Salinger's administrative assistants.
Yes, well, I'm looking for Mr. Salinger. Have you seen him?
He's not with us, sir.
Pierre is not on the hike.
No, sir. He had a note from his doctor advising the president that he shouldn't participate.
I see.
You were in the offices of Teamster International Headquarters here in Washington on the date in question?
Yes.
And did Mr. Hoffa speak to you about Attorney General Robert Kennedy?
Yes, he did.
Did he ask you about using a plastic bomb on Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah. He said Bobby had guts. He drove in a convertible with the top down, swam in his pool alone. Weren't any guards watching the house. Hoffa's been checking on it. Maybe somebody could throw a plastic bomb in his house or his car.
Did Jimmy Hoffa mention the assault on the columnist, Victor Reisel?
Yes.
Did he say that son of a bitch, Victor Reisel, got some acid thrown in his face? Too bad he didn't have it thrown in his hands. He writes with them.
Yes, that's what he said.
Was Mr. Hoffa aware that Mr. Reisel had been permanently blinded by the attack?
Yeah, he knew they blinded Victor.
We've got over 10 witnesses who've passed the polygraph with potentially incriminating information. But Hoffa's going to parade in 10 of his own for each of our 10 who'll go to their graves denying it.
And what about the misuse of Teamster pension funds?
We're still not ready for an indictment.
Then put more people on it.
The only thing we've got that's fairly solid are the test fleet charges in Nashville.
Yeah, but that's a minor charge. That could end up a misdemeanor.
I don't care. Go forward on it. I want Hoffa any way I can get him. And the trial always opens new doors.
Like a few nice counts of perjury.
Maybe something even better. Take him to trial in Nashville. Keep all the burners under him. Walter, you tell your men to keep their ears to the ground for anything. Anything at all. Any violation of the law whatsoever.
Let's face it, that ruthless little punk is spending millions of dollars of taxpayers' money because he's got a hate on for me. I worked for what I got. I'm still working for what I get while he plays little Hitler back in Washington. Are you kidding? I won the last membership vote by the landslide. Ask Bobby that question. He's the one who's losing popularity. If his brother had any sense, he'd dump him and put a man in that job.
Good boy. Good boy. Think I've taken him about as far into dressage as he'll go. I mean, he's a terrific jumper, but... well, he's not very collective. And he's not aggressive enough. It's not in his blood.
I think I hear the hint.
Well, if I'm going to start showing in a different class.
Mr. Kennedy,
The telephone. It's the White House.
Now, these long, heavy-duty trailers are unmistakable. They're missile trailers of the kind used by the Soviets to haul MRBMs. We've compared them to the trailers on which the Soviets haul their missile during their May Day parade in Red Square, and they're identical. Now here, missile launch sites under construction.
And how long before this site is completed?
We'd like to get better photos from today's U-2 flights before we estimate a completion date.
Now, just where is this base?
All right, San Cristobal is in the western part of the island. We also have a reconnaissance report that a base is being built at Guana High and another at Sagua La Grande. As soon as we get a break in the cloud cover, we'll have photo reconnaissance of that site.
Russian missiles from these bases could knock out every major city in the eastern United States.
Well, Mr. Khrushchev has repeatedly denied that there are any offensive nuclear weapons in Cuba.
But this evidence is irrefutable.
I know. The problem is, we are now faced with calling the man a bold-faced liar and then trying to negotiate with him.
Putting those missile bases in Cuba was a military action, and our response should be a military response. A surgical airstrike, swift to the point, against the bases.
I think it's a mistake to follow that course.
I don't see we have a choice.
What if some Russian technicians are killed in the attack? Khrushchev might very well retaliate directly against us.
I don't think he would risk an all-out nuclear war for the sake of the Cuban bases.
There's always some alternative to military action.
Yes, well, I agree with Bob. The military solution should be the last option. Well, thank God those bases aren't finished. It at least gives us some time.
Mr. President, not that much time.
Tomorrow we'll examine the new photographs. And in the meantime, this is to remain an absolute secret. We are to go about our work in a normal fashion. Nothing could be worse than to alert the Russians before we've decided on our own course. Good day, gentlemen.
Bobby, come on, we'll be late. Bobby, is there something you want to talk about?
An airstrike would be too similar to the Japanese action at Pearl Harbor. In the entire history of our nation, we have never done anything like that. To rain bombs on the innocent citizens of Cuba is simply immoral, and to my mind, unthinkable.
But remember, Bobby, the Russians put those missiles there to rain bombs on the innocent citizens in this country. Now, you've got to admit, the idea of simply dealing with those bases and then present it to the world as a fait accompli has a certain appeal.
Well, let's review the possibilities. We could do nothing at all.
That would be idiotic.
Yes, I think we all agree with you on that one, General, but I still can't go along with the idea of a sneak attack.
Can hardly be a sneak attack when they made the first move, Mr. President.
Well, I'm in favor of the idea of a blockade on all shipping. Let's stop everything going into Cuba until they dismantle those bases and get those missiles out.
It would demonstrate military power without the immediate loss of life.
I'm just afraid a blockade would be too drawn out, too complicated.
An airstrike would involve at least 800 sorties. Possibly several thousand Russians would be killed. It could easily escalate into a general war.
Oh, hell, Mac. We can put our planes in there like a swarm of hornets, in low, right under the radar. By the time those commies blink their eyes, those missile bases will be smoking holes in the ground.
Well, those brass hats have one advantage. If we do what they want us to do, there'll be no one left alive to tell them they were wrong. No, we're playing God in there, and I don't like it.
Lyndon is probably whining to the military about our course on this. He doesn't approve.
Well, if he's got any better ideas, I, for one, would like to hear them. So far, he hasn't even opened his mouth.
What about a direct approach to Khrushchev? An appeal to reason coupled with the announcement of the blockade?
I mean, if we could avoid his generals, that would be great. He's got the same problem with the military that I have. I wonder if Dobrynin speaks directly with his premier.
I don't know, but he comes to the house. Our children are friends. He's someone I know I can at least talk to.
Well, then as soon as I announce our intention to stop those Russian ships, you pay a visit to the embassy.
Why did I have to come? I'm not a boy. It's not fair.
The sleeves need to come down a bit.
Let's see what this look like.
Apple.
What? Bobby.
Jack's going to announce a blockade of Cuba. The military's been put on a full alert status, DEFCON 3.
What does that mean?
It's hard to explain.
I want to know exactly what it means.
It means our rockets are armed, our nuclear bombers are in the air, and Soviet targets have been selected. We have no idea how the Russians will respond to the blockade that they could launch against us at any time. 60 million Americans, maybe more, would be killed. We live in the prime target area.
I want one too. I want one. Come on, go off here.
You have to understand the president's situation. He has repeatedly taken a less belligerent position on small arms shipments to Cuba than many Americans would have liked. And he has expressed to the American people that they needn't continually be alarmed by Soviet actions. Now he feels betrayed.
I cannot believe our premier would betray your president.
Anatoly, after Khrushchev's repeated assurances to the contrary, there are Russian nuclear missiles in Cuba.
I do not know that. I do not acknowledge that.
The president felt he had the beginnings of an honest relationship with Premier Khrushchev. He wants to believe that in spite of the obvious differences between our two countries, a time will come when we can live in peace and not under the shadow of nuclear annihilation. Anatoly, our blockade will stop any ships carrying missiles or missile site materials into Cuba. Do you feel your ships will attempt resistance?
Bobby, to the best of my knowledge, if Soviet captains are ordered to Havana, they will proceed to Havana.
The actions of the USA with regard to Cuba are outright banditry, or if you like, the folly of degenerate imperialism. We will not instruct the captains of Soviet ships to obey orders given by American naval forces. And then he states that if we interfere with Soviet shipping, we would be forced to take measures which we deem necessary and adequate in order to protect our rights.
Not exactly a personal response, is it? Although, maybe Khrushchev feels the need to sound off a bit for the benefit of his own military.
Well, he's doing more than just sounding off. The CIA reports that there are more Russian personnel being brought over in a greater effort to finish those bases. And I've had to put the military on full alert. It's just idiotic. The two most powerful nations in the world poised for self-destruction.
It would appear that these two Russian vessels, the Gagarin and the Kamalas, will be stopped and boarded at our intercept area between 10:30 and 11 Eastern Standard Time. We also have a report that a Soviet submarine has taken up a position between the two ships. Our aircraft carrier, the Essex, will signal the submarine, order it to surface, and identify itself. If it refuses, small depth charges will be dropped to bring it to the surface. The sack bombers are in the air, Mr. President. The Looking Glass aircraft is in the air.
Isn't there some way we can avoid having our first confrontation with a Russian submarine?
There's no alternative. Our commanders have been instructed to avoid hostilities, if at all possible. This is what we must be prepared for. We are at DEFCON, and arrangements have been made for us to join top military officials in underground shelters outside the city.
I have no information on that at this time. They appear to be moving towards intercept point, but no change. Essex remain. Radar contact with the submarine. We're maintaining sonar contact with submarine. Essex maintaining surveillance position with Soviet vessels.
My God, they've stopped. We have a report. The Russian ships have stopped. They appear to be lying dead in the water. They're not attempting to cross.
I can't remember being this scared ever.
Me neither.
But it is over.
Well, not yet. Not until we negotiate those missile bases out of Cuba. But at least now the word is negotiate.
McNamara and I have made an exhaustive study of our nuclear missile installations. The missiles in Turkey are pretty much obsolete.
Does Khrushchev know that?
Well, he knows they're old Jupiters. But he may feel that they have some symbolic value. If he forced us to give them up in negotiations, it might make him look good for his hardliners.
What about our own hardliners?
They won't like it, but they don't have to know until it's a fait accompli.
Trading Turkish missiles for Cuban missiles is going to be hard to hide.
I want you to try it on Dobrynin, in private.
People will scream about secret diplomacy.
We have no choice. If I openly offer to give those missiles up in Turkey, there'll be shouts from the military and every hawk in Congress. Once it becomes common knowledge that the missiles are obsolete, Khrushchev won't be able to accept a deal without losing face.
Anatoly, come in. My children turn out new pictures every day. We're very anxious to step back from the precipice.
We're all anxious for that.
Anatoly, we must have a commitment by at least tomorrow that those missile bases will be removed. This is not an ultimatum. It's a matter of necessity.
And in return?
If Castro ends his subversive activities, we would agree not to permit an invasion of Cuba.
You are prepared to guarantee the existence of Castro government?
If he behaves himself, we would accept his presence.
And what with the Turkish missiles?
president could give a personal, but not an official pledge that the Turkish missiles will go.
I like this. It's so cheerful. Our children are so full of hope. We must try never to disappoint them.
Courtney would be thrilled that you like her painting. Why don't you take it?
I should be delighted, but are you certain she would not mind?
She'd be flattered.
It's good time to ring Moscow. Goodbye, my friend. Thank you.
Yes.
Ah, I'm amazed I found you.
Well, just the usual late hours, Walter. What's up?
Well, you know the old saw about good news and bad news.
Yes, and I prefer the bad news first.
It looks like we won't get a conviction on Hoffa. But the reason we won't get it is the good news. He's tampered with the jury. This time we've got some decent evidence.
I had a feeling this time he wouldn't let us down.
Dad, look how fine Bones he is. Watch him move. His action is perfect. They're so anxious for him to have a good home. I'm sure we could absolutely steal him.
Mr. Kennedy, you're wanted on the telephone.
Thank you.
Mom, I know this horse is a winner.
Yes, he's very beautiful.
I'll get a trailer ready.
Okay.
We're taking the horse.
Come on, sweetie.
Khrushchev just announced the dismantling of the bases. It's over.
Good morning, Angie.
Good morning.
Hello,
Sheridan called from Nashville. Hoffa trial started on schedule.
Good.
He'll call with an update when they recess. What about your correspondence?
Thank you. I'll have her call you.
Let's go over it now.
Loeb Student Center, New York University wants Attorney General to speak first 2 weeks in November.
Okay.
Attorney General and Mrs. Kennedy to attend annual dinner, Rockland Bar Association.
Okay, if it checks with Ethel.
Okay, speech to Museum of Modern Art Council. That's in 2 days.
No, I'll have to pass on that one.
And this came in today from the Bureau. Word has it that the director wants you to give it your immediate attention.
Rumus?
You have to admit that the use of wiretaps has proved great advantage in our investigation of organized crime. Ask your federal attorneys.
I don't equate mobsters of organized crime with members of the civil rights community.
Yes, but don't you think that even the slightest association with communist subversives will destroy all trust in the Negro leadership?
I don't believe that King or Wilkins or any of those people would knowingly associate with communists.
I'm asking for the authority to prove you're right.
Mr. Kennedy, I think Edgar's indicating an area which could prove embarrassing for the Justice Department. If it did turn out that one of these big Negroes had communist associations, it might be hard to explain to some congressional committee why the Attorney General hadn't known about it.
Let's just apply technical coverage, put the whole thing to rest.
Come on, groomers, let's go. Come on. Gentlemen, I just don't feel inclined to authorize it at this time. Come on.
Not much fun, is he, Edgar?
The bill we put into Congress commits us to eliminating racial inequality from American life, but I'm sure it comes as no surprise to you that this bill is very unpopular with many congressional leaders.
Many people in the civil rights movement feel your bill contains the best estimate of what could be enacted, rather than what is needed.
Well, Reverend Henderson, there's some compromise in all legislation. That's just the reality of American politics.
The Negro people need this bill, and what we need to discuss is how to get it passed. We need to talk about your proposed march on Washington.
Yes, and personally, Mr. President, I think it's a bad idea.
Well, I tend to share your concern, Lyndon. There are many people in Congress that are looking for any reason to be against us.
But we're talking about a peaceful demonstration.
I know that's your intention, Mr. Wilkins, but you're going to create an atmosphere of intimidation.
But the march has in fact already begun. Negro youths are in the streets. If we called off the march, they might turn to more desperate, more militant leaders than Martin Luther King. I know you feel the march is ill-timed, but I have never known a civil rights action that didn't seem ill-timed. Many thought the Freedom Riders ill-timed.
You are, of course, including me in on that one.
Well, it's a very serious fight. The Vice President and I know what failure would mean. There are many programs that I care about that may go down the drain.
I believe a peaceful demonstration can mobilize the spirit of this nation in support of our cause.
Yes, well, I hope to hell you're right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Dean? Good. Yes, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm glad to see you. Yes, good.
Thank you, sir. Reverend Henderson.
Yes, thank you, Lyndon.
Arthur, I wonder if the President and I might take a little more of your time.
Yes, of course.
The director of the FBI does not share our commitment to civil rights. He has had Martin Luther King under surveillance for some time in the hopes that he might find something that will discredit him.
What kind of surveillance? I mean, I don't feel Dr. King really has anything to hide.
Well, we know that Hoover has been talking to a number of conservative Southern senators alleging that Dr. King is being used by the communists.
I was under the impression Mr. Hoover says that about all Negro activists. Why should Dr. King be an exception?
Well, in this case, he's a bit more specific. He claims that one of your close associates, Stanley Levison, is a communist.
That's absurd. Stanley Levison is not a communist. We've been careful in civil rights to keep communists out of our organizations.
Yes, well, nevertheless, we feel that you should caution Dr. King not to discuss anything important with Levison over the telephone or any place else where he might be overheard.
You mean his phones are tapped?
Hoover has been pushing me for an authorization to tap his phones. I've been stalling him, but one never knows what Hoover's going to do.
Is that why we're walking out here in the garden? Is Hoover bugging you too?
Anything that can damage Dr. King can damage the movement. My brother and I are suggesting caution.
Well, I don't know. I just hope you're aware of the risk involved in supporting a demonstration in Washington.
Pierre, we have to live with this march. And it's got to be a success.
He means it shouldn't be a disaster, Pierre.
I'm listening. How many people are they talking about?
They estimate 100,000.
You've essentially invited 100,000 Negroes to demonstrate in Washington?
Oh, that's just it. It shouldn't be all Negro. We need a good showing of whites, too.
I'm sure it'll have its share of vociferous white students.
No, I don't mean that. I mean average-looking people. You're everyday Americans.
Good luck. Where do they actually want to demonstrate?
In front of Congress.
And that's a bad idea.
Sure
I
is.
agree.
Let's propose the Washington Monument
Right.
with a march to the Lincoln Memorial. And we need to work out perfect logistics. Toilets, food, soft drinks.
Yes, and there can't be the slightest impression that we're worried about violence.
Absolutely. Never gave it a thought.
None at all.
Now, I think it's imperative that we persuade the D.C. police to forget their normal riot precautions.
Yes, no dogs.
You know, not everybody is Martin Luther King. A lot of hot young radicals are going to show up. It could get pretty wild.
Well, not if we put on the right kind of show. Which reminds me, Bobby, we should lean on our friends in show business. Let's get some celebrities involved. See, I'd like the people sitting at home watching television wishing that they could be part of this great march on Washington.
We must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our body is heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the hotels of the city. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating for whites only. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. When we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Three more, Dad. You got it. Good, good. Okay, two more. Two. There you go. Good. Good. Feel like one more? You can do one more. Come on, one more. One more. Good, good. They're here.
Each time he sees you, he improves. Nothing else has nearly the same effect. Our family is the best medicine for him. You'll see it for yourselves when you come up at Thanksgiving. He'll be more alert, even more active. He lives now through your lives. What he hears, what we read to him.
I started talking to him about the campaign, and I could see his eyes brighten.
Yes. He's already getting excited. You know how he loves to fight. Well, we all love it. Must be in our blood.
And what about you, Mother? Are you going to make some speeches for me? I think it's you that actually wins Massachusetts.
Of course I will. We'll all work together like we always have.
My next term will be the beginning of a major effort to deal with the poverty in this country.
Peace and prosperity are clearly defined goals which can easily set us apart from the opposition.
Especially Goldwater.
Well, let's all pray that it is Goldwater, since I've managed to beat him in the polls. The one that worries me is Romney.
Why Romney?
I say because he's all for God and motherhood. Those are tough issues to attack.
And because there are some people who think he's better looking than I am.
On the serious side, I think it's very important that we never give any clues that we're worried about anybody else except Goldwater. If that's who we want, let's make him the opponent. We should mention him at every opportunity and build him up in everyone's eyes.
Goldwater's going to get the South hands down.
We don't need the South to beat Goldwater. But we sure as hell need Texas. That state's in political chaos right now. Connolly fighting with Yarborough.
Well, I think I can fix Texas with a little personal politicking. Well, it's nice to see you. Well, sorry. Yes. Hello, nice to see you again.
I didn't see this on Jackie's televised tour.
Well, each president is sworn to keep the secret White House escape routes a secret.
Huh. Hello. Are we interrupting a fashion show?
Yes, what is this? I thought we were packed.
Well, there's been a weather report from Texas. They say it's going to be hot, maybe 80 degrees, so I'm just adding a few summer clothes.
Well, thank you very much.
You've got to get going, otherwise we'll be late for Bobby's birthday
Yes.
party.
38th, Bobby.
Thank you, Jackie.
Congratulations. Oh, and don't forget to tell Teddy to clear his schedule, because after I get back, we're all going to the Harvard-Yale game.
Well, I'll have to check my own schedule. I may be out of town.
Either change it or get the White House to arrange special transportation, because when it comes to football, I'm willing to use the full powers of my office. Happy 38th. Congratulations. You still look like a kid.
Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts, which we are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. And please, dear Lord, someday grant my husband, Bobby, the wisdom to let me enlarge this dining room.
Amen. Here we go.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, that's it.
Very good. Oh, yeah.
I really have to compliment you. This dinner is magnificent.
Oh, you can't compliment me. I don't even boil water. It is Ruby. Whoa, Rube. Now you should take the bow. You do. You perform the miracle of the loaves and fishes on a regular basis.
That's my favorite.
Here we go. How does he feel about taking this Texas trip?
He feels a personal visit could do some good.
That's Lyndon's country. Couldn't he handle it?
I suppose he could, but he hasn't. Oh, hello. Is this for me?
Yeah.
All right, well, watch very closely so you can make one. I don't think the president has to worry about re-election, not with all the work that we've been doing in justice to assure his popularity. Just think how much support we've drummed up for him in the South with civil rights, or in labor with our pursuit of Hoffa. Okay, Carrie, let's see how she flies.
I feel that in honor of his 38 years, the members of the press should stop constantly referring to Bobby as too young, immature, and inexperienced. From now on, just immature and inexperienced should be enough.
I'd like to propose a toast.
Uh-oh, Bobby, here it comes.
This is where you get it.
To the President of the United States.
The president.
Sit down. Stay there. Room will stay. Morning.
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 Good morning. Good morning,
Morning.
Mr. Kennedy.
Morning, Angie.
Morning. Here are the latest reports from the Bureau and IRS. I've underlined some of the more important areas. Everyone's in your office.
Thanks. Mob representatives wearing gray flannel suits are lunching with Rotarians in every state. Soon they'll be laundering money in Keokuk, Iowa.
What about the FBI? We ask them for help. They keep telling us it's out of their jurisdiction.
That kind of alibi is going to end. We've enlarged their jurisdiction. But also, if you want to lean on people, don't forget the IRS.
Using the IRS tends to make us very unpopular with the locals. They don't consider it fair.
Well, you'll just have to weigh the advantages with the disadvantages. Admittedly, being a federal attorney is not without its drawbacks. But I came to this department 10 years ago at a starting salary of $4,200 a year. I applied my ability. I worked late hours. My brother became president, and now I'm attorney general. So you see, with a little effort, anything's possible. I don't think I listed my qualifications in the order of their importance.
An extremely excited crowd greets President Kennedy and the First Lady on their arrival at Love Field.
Salinger's office called.
What's the news?
Big, friendly crowds in Houston and San Antonio.
Great. I'm taking Bob and Silvio to my place for lunch. I'll be back at 3.
We see Air Force One taxiing into position. Early clouds and a drizzle have vanished to make it an ideal day for a parade here in Dallas.
I think I'm gonna quit. You gonna quit? Is that what you?
Anybody want any more? Sylvia.
Oh, no, thank you. I can't believe this weather. Late November, it's almost like summer.
What you all should do before you go back is take a swim.
Is the pool still heated?
No, but I warn you, it's the way he likes it.
How's that?
It's about 70 degrees, not really cold. But the problem is, we don't have time.
What about tonight?
Tonight?
Dinner? Is there a chance I can get some idea of how many? Even though I don't cook, I'm the one who has to tell Ruby. 10, 20, 30, 40? Just a rough figure.
Well, that's kind of hard to say. I don't know how late we'll go.
And I don't know why I always bother to ask.
Well, Ethel, thank you for a very delightful break.
Oh,
Yes, I want to thank you, too. It's been terrific.
I just heard. The radio, I just heard. Governor Connolly has been struck in the chest.
They interrupted.
J. Edgar Hoover.
They interrupted the radio.
At this time.
He's been shot.
Let me repeat. We have just
Yes?
received word that 3 shots have been fired at President Kennedy, inflicting wounds that could possibly be fatal. Governor Connolly has been struck in the chest. Both men have been rushed to the hospital, and their condition is undetermined at this time. Please stay tuned for further details.